welcome back to another video. What's all that, the epic intro, all that, what's it leading up to? It's leading up to this. This is a guitar that a few of you know about. I might have shown it in the live stream here in a couple days, but this is a guitar that very few people know about. I've known about this guitar for a while. I ordered this, quite a few months ago from Friedman, and it has been eating at my soul. Not having this guitar. It's this really weird thing, you've ordered this guitar that you know is going to be perfect, but you can't play it yet. And then the months go by, you forget, what's it even like to play a guitar, and it gets rough. And it doesn't help when you get 1,000 text messages from your buddy Michael, who got his guitar before you. Oh! So this is it. So some of you guys might, flash back and remember I demoed some vintage S guitars for Friedman back in, I think, January. It's been like I said, at the beginning of the year, basically. And I really, really, really fell in love with the Tobacco Burst, HSS vintage S that they sent me. And, a few months went by, and after a few thousand text messages from Michael, I'm like, I gotta order one of these guitars. And I did. And one of the big things that I do with all, Strats, S-types, whatever you want to call it, on all of them is I block the trims down. I'm not really a tremolo person, and I block them down, a lot of times add extra springs, all that kind of stuff to them. And I was like, why don't I just cut to the chase and order one of these without a tremolo? Oh, hardtail, baby! So that is what this one is. This is a hardtail. And I played a hardtail a long, long time ago. I believe it was a 1970 Strat, maybe? I don't remember the exact year. And I really liked it. I couldn't afford it. So when I was ordering this, I was like, well, I want this to be the perfect, I don't want a tremolo system. I don't want any of that stuff. I don't want any special knobs that do anything crazy on this guitar. I just want it to be a guitar that is so inspiring on its own that makes me want to play it. And that is what this guitar is. So that is really what brought about me wanting a hardtail, S-type guitar. Am I allowed to say it? S-type? But that's really just the whole kind of kit and caboodle. It's a very straightforward guitar. I found as I've gotten older, I like guitars that do kind of less. I want the guitar to be inspiring to play on its own merits. I don't need 15 different knobs on it that switch this, and I don't need perfect frets that are tempered to the guitar. I'm like, I don't know, man. Make the guitar play really good, make it sound good, and make me not want to put it down. And that is what this guitar does. And I'm like, if the guitar does that, I'm good. Like I said, I don't need a whole lot of crazy stuff going on here. And I should mention, you're hearing me playing this guitar. I think the clips that I shot with my wife operating the camera, that's with my old patch. But I also made a new patch inspired by this guitar, which is what you're going to be hearing when I'm talking to the camera right here. So I'm just trying out this new patch that I made on the Axe Effects. They probably sound pretty similar, but in the room this one sounds pretty different. But yeah, you guys can let me know if you dig it. A little bit more snap and bounce to it. So I was going to play through the BE, but I have all of the amps unhooked right now because I'm moving stuff around. So that was just not an option. But I am playing through the BE simulation in the Axe Effect, so kind of counts. And another thing a lot of you guys will probably notice is that it is a Rosewood fingerboard. It's a maple neck, a dirty maple neck. I love that. And it is a Rosewood fingerboard, which a lot of you guys know that I am all about maple fingerboards. Maple neck, maple fingerboard. It's always kind of been my thing. And I absolutely love that. But like I said, that original vintage S I played had Rosewood. And I'm like, I don't want to deviate too far from whatever special mojo that guitar had. I couldn't get that one, but let's try to recreate it a little bit. And that's why I was like, it has to be a Rosewood fingerboard. The hardtail is really the only thing I'm deviating. I believe this is a Classic Plus. I'm not going to do I'm going to do an actual demo a little bit later. So if you're wanting specs on this guitar, I'm not going to really go over that stuff right now. there it is, short and sweet video. Hopefully short, hopefully sweet, hopefully a video. Who even knows at this point where this has went? And of course, this is another Relic guitar. You know, highly debated whether people like Relic guitars or not. The Vintage, Vintage T was the first Relic guitar I think I've ever owned. The Cali has a little bit of Relic too, but it's mostly just cracked. But the Vintage T was very Relic, and to be honest, I fell in love with that. That was the first one. I was like, you know what, I want this one Relic too. My big thing is like, I really want you guys to crack the nitro. They cracked it up like crazy, and this guitar shakes so good. It's crazy. Whenever I first got it and opened it up, I asked my wife, I was like, come in here, and I go, just put your hand on the guitar for a second. And she does, like, it's not just me, like, you can feel this guitar vibrate, right? It's crazy. And she's like, oh, wow. I was like, it shakes, it might even be more, what's the word? It just moves even more than what the Vintage T did. And when I thought that was impossible, I did weigh this thing. This is like 7 pounds on the money. And I love that 7 to 8 pound weight on a guitar. That's just kind of, it's comfortable, it's not too light. I feel like when it gets into the 6s, it feels too light. But that 7 to 8, you know, on a Strat and Tele, that's just like a good weight. So yeah, like I said, obviously if you're not into the whole Relic deal, they can make them non-Relic for you. I've got a bunch of you guys on here, I've gotten these Friedman guitars, and they are all, everyone has said the same thing about them. You know, I haven't heard a single bad thing yet. And like I said, you know, you can get it un-Relic. It's your thing. Do what you want to do. It's your thing. Do what you want to do. But the guitar is still, I mean, I've only had it a couple days. Guitar, like I said, I've been waiting on this one for so long. Oh, it feels so good to hold you in my hands, sing a song about how I love you. Oh, the cameras are still on. So that is it. I'll have links down below. You can check out the guitar if you want on Sweetwater or just similar ones to it. I've never seen a hardtail one yet. I'm sure they're out there, but I have not seen one yet. And look for the full demo of this guitar coming very, very soon, home diggity dogs. So I will see you guys later. I'm so pumped up to have this guitar. Some big things coming with this guitar. Possibly a band. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe. It is. There's a band.
Do it now.